Very excited today to introduce custom built VFDs specifically designed for woodworking machines. And I've been in converting woodworking machines with VFDs for almost 7 years, and this is the best VFD I've seen for woodworking machine. In fact, I've actually had them custom made by a manufacturer that has been in the industry for 15 years. These VFDs don't make it to North America because much of the North American VFDs we buy are for HVAC and not really designed specifically for woodworking machinery. This one will do a number of things that you do not require most of the time, but they will do things way beyond, and none of these features cost any more. This unit itself right here is, you can see it's a pretty big unit. Let me see if I can get these over here. What you see here is what will come in the box. And you know, it's wrapped in plastic. It's got foam on either end of the unit. Comes with warranty cards. It also comes with even clamp-on connections. Okay. It also comes with a very large manual. I believe it's 274 pages. Reads really good for a Chinese manual. In comparison, this is a Tico manual. Okay. Not nearly as comprehensive as this. I won't go into the technical features that this drive does, but this drive is a vector drive. It's called a flux drive, and it's actually their latest version. It is the most state-of-the-art VFD produced today, and it is specifically designed for single-phase input. This is not a D-rated three-phase machine. This is the first line of specifically designed VFDs for single-phase input, and so all of the components within inside that are designed for single-phase input. So I would just like to show you what this one can do that I think is far superior in a lot of cases. First of all, the physical size and weight of the drive is good. It has a massive heat sink. It's approximately that big. And one of the complaints that we get a lot is people don't like the fan noises. This one doesn't run all the time, but better than that is these are cooled with computer fan type fans. And I always worried about them breaking. So we had this specifically put in. What it is you can replace that fan. It has a little jack. You can buy that at any computer store if your fan ever fails. I've never had one fail, but I was always concerned, and I thought that was an excellent feature. This drive comes with a built-in speed pot, which means that you could use this for your speed control as opposed to up and down buttons. So in cases like drill presses and lathes where we're constantly adjusting speed, that is a really, really good thing. This also has 5 display functions. I'll show them briefly, but they're not set up. It shows a voltage, your voltage that you're currently running at, your hertz that you're currently running at, your amps that you're drawing, RPM of the spindle. I can't remember the others, but there's a number, and those can all be programmed to display whatever you want, and they can be accessed during runtime. Which is a nice feature that we wanted, because I know a lot of people are adding components to have other things displayed. Everything on this keypad is typically good, except for additional side function display that would control those display functions, and that's the sideward arrows to run through the C functions. It has 5 terminal control strips, so you could control this through computer, iPhone. There's a number of things that are super advanced. Most people won't need to do that, but it is capable of that. The most lovely thing that I had done for this drive is a removable keypad, and what that means is that comes out. Now what's brilliant about this is these are $25 US, and I can use this drive for a number of machines because all parameters are stored within this keypad. What that means is if I say have a plug for this drive and I want to use it for another machine, the biggest problems is we'd have to go in and change all the parameters. Not so anymore. Order one of these, program your next machine for with its programs in here, and you would plug that machine in, and then you would simply you'd simply just snap your other one in. That's for the other machine, and all the parameters are set, everything. So that now makes it possible for this to run multiple machines if people are so desired. Now what else is excellent about that is it being removable, is we've also had the manufacturer for the same price of $25 US, you can have an extension cable for remote keypad. And it comes with a mounting plate that will, if you cut into a tin box, will pop right in. And now your keypad will now fit into a remote location off of the VFD. And it simply plugs into the back and is 5 meters long. This is good because we can put the VFD in a hidden area, keep it out of the dust, but we can have our controls now right up at our machine. Sanders, lathes, whatever. We're not affecting this machine by dust. I've got this somewhat hooked up. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you inside if I can. Okay. Currently, we had them labeled properly, and so I'll see if I can lower that down a little better. You can see. It's very easy. You can see single phase power is largely printed out L1, L2. And so you would just hit power to there. Your motor is U, V, W, and that's all you have to do. Your brake resistor is right up front. The built-in brake resistor that's in these machines so far is able to stop everything I have. And I'm stopping 18-inch blades, pretty big stuff. But you can add a brake resistor here, and that would stop a truck. Also, what's kind of nice is capacitor banks are nice. You can see that there's 2 terminal control strips, which means we can have multiple function control. There's a number of little switches to these little tiny switches back here will allow us 8 terminal controls. And what that means is we can have a 2-wire, a 3-wire, we can have signal inputs, we can have all kinds of things. We can have the computer talk to this, and that can all be accessed off the keypad. Way more advanced than most people would need, but if you are building a CNC router, you would want those sorts of features. Also, this drive is top end Hertz are 600, which means this will run a 2-pole motor to 24,000 RPM and make an excellent drive for a CNC if you like to build those sorts of things. Okay, so let's see how hard it is to make an extension cable for a remote keypad. There's a little outfit here, and it's I guess it's a Cat 5 jack. So it's just, you know, a little phone jack or whatever. We remove that. Okay, and that's going to be replaced with this. Okay, so so far there's no, the both ends are the same. It doesn't matter. So you're just going to clip that in, just like you would a phone jack, and you're going to plug it in the back of your drive. And like I said, this is 5 meters away. Okay, so let's I haven't got parameters set up, and this video is just to show you the drive. So I've got a 3 horsepower motor. This particular drive here is a 5 horsepower unit, single phase input. This is now affordable, very affordable, and in fact, these units are better than Phase Perfect. Here's what we got. Now, all I'm just going to use the keypad relocation. I've got just a cable here, temporarily wired. I'm going to plug that in. The motor wires are going to the motor. The motor has been wired for 240 volts. And of course, these drives specifically say single phase AC 240 volts. Oh, I guess my focus is bad, eh? Single phase AC 220 volts. It will take up to between 250 and 208. These can also set base frequency to run 200 volt motors and 208 motors from household. So they allow you to have more options for motors. Okay, so I'm gonna go plug in the power, and across the room, and you're going to see that the drive has. I don't know if I can get a look of it, but should be able to. You can see that the drive has a little indication light there, and that's really good. That's another thing we asked about. So let me go turn the power on. Okay, so the power's on. We can see the drive liven up, and okay. Currently, that's what we're seeing here is the Hertz ratings. One of the other features which we enjoy here is a 6-digit display. And you'll see right now that it's reading voltage or Hertz. Okay? This little side switch is what I talked about earlier. Can switch into those programs. I'm not sure what that's amps, or I'm not quite sure. It's not set up entirely, but you can jog through with this side switch to C function. Okay, and if you wait for it, it tells you what it is, and displays light up across the top here. So what we want to do is we'll get back to Hertz, which we're on amps and Hertz. And we'll go to Hertz location. Bear with me, guys. This is for data entry. That would be your RPM display, which of course we'd have to. So I think Hertz is 000. Yes, there it is. It's the first of your C functions, which is the side. You'd also use this for programming. Okay, so it has a run button, has a stop button, has a data entry button, it has a speed potentiometer. Okay, and these are nice because they'll actually function to 1/10 of a hertz, depending on the speed at which you turn that. If I turn that really fast, it'll go to 1/10. See, it's only switching 1/10 of a hertz. If I go slow, it'll do, if I go fast, it will do a full hertz. See that? In the same VFD. So if I'm fine tuning, that's nice. I can go really slow and just do the 10, or I can go really fast and change that one. Nice feature, state of the art, love it. Okay, so whatever is displayed currently right here is, okay, so I'm going to go slow, and I'm going to show you that this drive goes as low as 0.41 hertz. That's less than half a hertz. Most drives don't operate at that speed, mostly because it's just too low and the things. Let's see what half a hertz is. Now, good, you can see and you heard that the fan came on. Only comes on when the drive's running. Another irritation that a lot of people didn't like. Okay, so currently we are spinning 0.41 hertz, and because we went slow, I can change the speed of that motor. I mean, you see it's not jerky. If you look at other VFDs, they're jerky. They're do. You can really see the pulse wave modulation. This thing is as smooth as molasses. Now, here we are, we're at 0.41. Look at that. I went up 1/10 of an RPM. Look at the speed control of this. It is so precise. Now, of course, if you really want to do it, like I said, go fast. And now you're speeding up the drive as fast as you want. Now I'm at 5.7. Okay, 5.8. Okay, and we'll stop. There's the brake. Okay, so now let's set this up to the full. And of course, like I said, this setting here can be set to 600. That'll blow that motor up, though. This is a 4-pole motor, and we can safely run that at 120 hertz. I'll go into that later. So, did you hear the fan go off? It only stays on when necessary, and that can be programmed as well. So let's try run up to, I think the factory right now is 10 seconds start up and stop, and that can be set to within 1/10 of a second, anywhere from its range. Okay, so let's start this off. You can see it's ramping up. Fan came on. No problem. Okay, and we'll stop, or let's control speed. So here we are. Right? Now if I go slow, see, I can go tenths. So see, I can zone this. I just want to zone right into 24. It's really, really easy. Spin it fast, and it goes quickly. Very, very nice feature. So here it is injecting a brake. Once again, that's factory set. Can be adjusted to anything you want. And, and the fan will run. The fan will run only when necessary. And, you can hear the fan running. And there it goes. It's shutting off. I think these are now the way to go. I am pretty much saying that this is the best VFD I have in my shop now, clipsing anything that is currently available. And I'll go into setting up parameters and what's available. But I thought we'd show this because these are drives that we're offering out to the community, and we'll make contact information available. But you can always contact me either through the YouTube or my website at jack@jforsberg.ca if you're interested in one of these drives and wanting to put them on your machine. Fantastic drives. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.